Good afternoon, it's Matt Mart here. I want to thank you guys for coming through. Make sure you like the video upon coming in so that way we could get on with this actual live stream so that way we can focus on this important topic of ours. Got some other business to clear up in the first beginning before I get this started. So let me move along with this right here. All right. All right. Let's go on complex. Let's go on subject web. All right. Give people a minute to come in here. What's going on, AO? What's going on, Cynical One? Black Manosphere Hall of Fame. Get the fuck out of my chat, nigga. Fuck you. Fuck you. This is where you hang out at. That's the fucking point. Get the fuck out my chat. Fuck you, nigga. Fuck out of here. What the fuck are you doing here? What are you doing here? Nigga, I see you in all these fucking spaces, big up in all these motherfuckers and shit. Yes, I want you to feel horrible for being over there. I want you to feel dumb and stupid for being over there. Because you are a stupid motherfucker. You gotta be a stupid motherfucker to be over there. And guess what? Black American society creates a lot of stupid and dumbass fucking black men. To be quite honest with you, they don't go to BGS's channel and ask him what is the purpose of you leading men into this trap that you know that don't work. They don't go to T.S. Johnson's channel asking him why are you with a PhD in Africana studies talking about black boys when you don't fucking have any, and you being a masculine person is not what you want them to be when they grow up. Or go to Dr. Thunder's channel and be like, look, how are you as a married guy worried about unmarried fucking women? But it's the guy who's trying to fix all this shit. It's the guy that you have to fucking ask questions about. It's always the most legitimate dudes who you gotta ask questions about. But this is the problem. I'm telling you. When you see a guy say some shit like that, that is a person who's gonna watch you be stabbed in the fucking back and not say shit. That's the type of person that's gonna watch you, and then the first thing that comes out of their mouth is they're gonna be on some brotherhood shit while they watch everything happens. Yes, you know how police focus on criminals because that's their fucking job. My job is to focus on weak, idiotic men who make us all fucking look stupid as shit by complaining about women that they ain't on. Nah, man, but when you say that dumbass shit, nigga, you gotta go. You gotta go. Listen, man, there are plenty of places for you to go hang out at. This ain't one of them. I'm not on some piece shit, and I'm not gonna let up from stomping these motherfuckers out. I'm sorry, dude. I can't do that. You could go back to your neighborhood where everything is fine and where things never change. That ain't some stuff that we pull around here. You see, the problem is, just like women that you shouldn't be around or be with, a lot of these Bravo Alpha Novembers don't like you correcting things in society. They don't like you pointing out the fact that the places where they hang out at is stupid. The things that they do is lame, and that the fact that they would even complain about things in society without taking no action against them is also stupid. The problem is, I'd rather be right and alone rather than be wrong with a group going the wrong way. I definitely would. Because at the end of the day, if these people, as soon as they open their mouth with this, as soon as they like, okay, so how come you don't go to those other dudes' channels and chats and ask those questions? And as soon as they act like they don't know what you're talking about,
Yeah, and I think you better watch who the fuck you. Oh, shit! Go ahead, strap that fool. Rush him, nigga, rush him. Hell yeah, stop, yeah. Nigga, come in my hood, nigga, trying to start all that shit. Nigga, I ain't no punk, nigga. Gang, chill, nigga. Get your ass in the house. Motherfucker.
Proverbs.
like, what's the problem here? Do you go to other people and answer those questions? No. Like, listen, if this happened like 25, like, no matter how old you are, if this would have happened to you a long ass time ago, you would be asking these stupid ass questions. Like, why is it they want to keep all the hangout dudes here, have no progress? Oh man, that's one of my favorites. What's going on, XC? What's going on, son? Let me play that one real quick, man.
Hey, homie, you need some help?
Man, bro, like this is where we at. Bro, listen, man, there are plenty like where does people raise these weak ass men where they come to the point to where once you start pointing out nonsense, those are the people who need to be pointed out. Bro, I've never been around dudes like this in my life. I've never been around dudes like this. I know that they're out there. I know that they're out there. But there's so many of them who do not want any situation changed that they just pop their head up and say some dumb shit. And you think it's the women that's enforcing this environment? The women's not enforcing this environment. I have had not one woman come on my channel and tell me why am I focused on unproductive men. It is always other men. Always other men. Always other men. Always. That's why these people don't talk about their father figures, their grandfather figures. They don't talk about their stuff. You want to know why? It's either they don't have one or the one that they do have be up to a whole bunch of nonsense and they want to return the situation back to normal. The normal situation is, hey man, let us all be free. Let us all be free. Let us all be friends. Like, bro, we ain't got time for that right now. I'm telling you right now, anybody who has ever part of the music industry, you cannot trust them. Ever. You cannot trust them. Any person who's part of the entertainment sphere, you can't trust them either. Anybody who's willing to swim around in collective ignorance for a paycheck cannot talk about progress. They can't do it. They can't do it. Okay, so what do these people actually get out of an actual working society? What do they get out of a working society? If you have a working society, you don't need master teachers. You don't need braided Buddhists with 18-point agendas off of shit they're never going to put in actual actions. That's what I'm saying. What's going on, Gino? Yes, and DMX chose to go in that career field when he knew that. How many people have seen the actual Motown documentary? Everyone has. Everyone has seen what happened to New Edition and Belle Biv DeVoe and all of this stuff. If you deliberately connect yourself to this field, I don't want to hear any complaints out of you. Period. But that's the problem that we have here. The problem is, like the quote says, patriotism is the last refuge of a scoundrel. Popularity is the last refuge of a Bravo Alpha November. Straight up. Straight up. They don't care how much of a fool they look like. They don't care about how many people they try to stagnate. They don't care what they try to burrow in and destroy. They're always saboteurs. They can never answer straightforward questions. Their only job is to make sure that they grab so many people and lead them off a cliff. That's their job. And then they have the nerve to talk about brotherhood, progress, and the black community, on top of aiding and abetting all this nonsense. That's why I'm glad these migrants are coming over here and showing these dudes what they could have done in modern society rather than pretend to be a victim and not participate in the process. These migrants gonna show you exactly what they're gonna do. 10 years from now, you're gonna be locked out of all the low wage jobs and everything else. What's going on, Great Pill Podcast? At the end of the day, this popularity and stagnation is not gonna help you out as a dude. It's not gonna help you. It isn't. Like, failed men have never led men to the promised land. But somehow within black society, we want to follow failed men. Like, I don't get that. Let me keep going there with this right here before I get back into my other notes.
Tonight we're gonna taste a little paradise. All night long, you're rocking all night long. Daylight, I'll still be looking in your heavenly eyes. And we'll go on and on and on. Every day, I'm wishing I say, on and on. Don't look any further. Don't you look no further. Deo, my Deo, champagne fire. Don't look any further. Don't you ever look. Deo, my Deo, I'm wishing don't look any further, further. Deo, my Deo, champagne fire. Don't look any further, further. Deo, my Deo, I'm wishing don't look any further.
Sorry about that, man. I was gonna leave with that, but you have some Bravo Alpha November energy, man, that you gotta get up out of here. I swear to God. Like, listen, man. You're supposed to clash with your anti-existence all the time, right? You're supposed to do that, correct? You're supposed to do that. Yes. So when people see order and people trying to fix things, they come out and try to sabotage progress because that's their job. Their job is to maintain the same complaints. Their job is to maintain the woman's level of power within the environment by not getting their stuff together and then turning around and blaming the same woman that they can't get as the reason why that stuff happens. And the reason why I played that song is because most of these dudes who complain about women in this space, they actually think that they're that dude. They actually think that they're the guy in the video. Look no further than a Bravo Alpha November. They should be the guy that should be turned to in order to fix everything. That's nuts. But let's go back to this obsession with popularity and stagnation. Now I told you that when I left home graduation night. I did not go back until the 20th class reunion. And once I went back to the 20th class reunion, the same people showed up with them Letterman jackets. We're talking about people who were football captain, baseball captain, basketball captain, track stars, and all this kind of other stuff. You see these people squeezing into these outfits that actually defined them at the time. And you know what they've done in 20 years after graduating high school? Not a damn thing. That was their peak. High school was their peak. Popularity without productivity was their peak. And then they spent the entire event over 3 days trying to get people to look at them like they were not failures. Everybody's asking each other what they're doing, like, oh, you're doing really well now. Oh my God, who would have thought Oscar? Like, yeah, who would have thought in a small ass town in Mississippi that I'm supposed to turn into all this shit? Yes, but once you leave and once you get around other people in other environments where things are not really based on popularity, it's based on what you actually put in it, you have a different outcome. But what happens when you've reached the end of your productivity life as a man? The only thing that you have left is to stop the collective progress of your entire group so that way you can feel like you are a success yourself. You know damn well that you're a failure among most men, which is why you stay away from competent men because black America has a real problem with competent men and women who go into their career fields, master things in their actual career fields. They have a hard time trusting those individuals. But black America has no problem following effeminate gossip mongers in high levels. Even though the black community claim that they don't fuck with gay people like that, but every time you look around, they're always paying attention to some effeminate ass gossip mongering piece of shit. Same people don't like gay people, right? So what happens if you're a child and you grow up in that type of society where competent men and competent women are not even listened to? You're waiting on an actual entertainer to start doing politics before you actually believe the entertainer, not the people who are actually in politics. You actually want to believe an entertainer who actually surfed off into actually building things of actual merit. You don't want to go to the science actual based professionals who've done that stuff their entire lives. This is why it is a bad idea for you to be chasing popularity in your 30s and 40s, sometimes your 50s and 60s for some of these people. What do you get with this newfound popularity if you don't fix all your other problems? You're going to get that easy money. You're not going to pay taxes on that money. You're going to get that tax bill at the end of the year. You're going to try some newfangled nonsense where you're going to sign the actual tax document. You're going to turn that tax document in. Then you're taking your ass to jail in 3 years. That's what normally happens when people think that they can hustle and flow their way through the tax system, like they try to hustle and flow their way through life. The only thing they have to do is stay around a whole bunch of stagnant individuals because these people don't build. The only thing they know how to do is clone and destroy or misrepresent and destroy. This is what most of these personnel do, right? The only thing I ask them is cool. Where are your $1 million clients? Where are your $1 million clients? Where are your $1 million clients or somebody who put all of this work into their child? Why would they turn them over to somebody who has no background whatsoever? Manosphere Hall of Fame. Did he ever go up to somebody and ask him about why are we still talking about the gynocracy? Never asked that question. Did he go up to T.S.I. Johnson and ask him about the emotional labor of black men? Or why is somebody who weighs over 400 pounds a fucking masculinist when you ain't got no fucking career field of no kind? Did he ask that question? Of course not. But these are the type of men that are created within this environment that the rest of the world has to deal with, by the way. This is why they have to stay around unfeminine women because those are the only women that's going to reward them with sexual access or women who feed upon these weak ass men. So, as much as they complain about the woman is the actual completion point of where they're at. But the problem is, they don't want to be responsible for the shit that they're doing. So, they want to be low enough to build an audience, but not high enough to answer any legitimate questions. Could you imagine how far that puts you behind as a person? Where you cannot answer any legitimate questions about your actual presence anywhere? And the only thing you can do is root around in low hanging fruit so that way you can keep the same people around and keep the same people stagnant? Again, you have to waste a whole bunch of your time, and I mean a whole bunch of it, not being productive, not working toward a simple solution or result. You have to waste 18 hours of your live stream of time where you have to go from live stream to feel like you're this internet personality rather than going out here and doing some real shit in real life. You did not go up to wannabe pimps and wannabe street dudes in your actual community. You came online to support that shit. Men came online to support that. Men came online to support that. Again, there is something wrong here. So the question comes up, MOT, so why are you still here? There was nobody doing no play by play like this in the 90s for me. There was nobody doing no play by play calling this stuff out in the 90s for me. Like that stuff kind of ended once my grandfather died. Until I went into the military and I was around some real ass sergeants who told me how things turned out. Other than that, there was nobody. Everybody wanted you to fall into pitfalls because everybody wanted to be the cool uncle. They wanted to be the cool uncle who sat back, who was cool with all the problem personnel, but never pointed out what was wrong, never tried to put a brick toward fixing anything. Man, it's- that's what I'm saying, man. There's always another dumb ass person for them to get behind. Always another one. I keep telling you, not only do you have to get your shit together, but you have to ultimately make sure that you do not hire these personnel, you do not hang out with these personnel, you do not fellowship with these personnel. Once you get your stuff together, you're going to lose. If you don't lose 10 to 15 years of your life by impregnating the wrong woman, you can lose another 5 or 6 years of actual productivity teaming up with these actual individuals and putting them inside your business. That's why I'm here to let you know that this stuff don't work. This is how they spend their time. While you're spending your time trying to be competent, they're spending their time trying to be popular and sound competent. So that way they can get into somebody's organization and end up destroying it from the inside out. That's what these people are about. And you got to be on the lookout for this type of stuff. So, what type of woman would settle for a person like this? You got it. A woman who also isn't worth it. This is why you don't make the conversation about women. The only thing you got to do is bring around a whole bunch of Bravo Alpha Novembers, and it'll tell you what the fucking women are up to in that culture. This is why you start with culture first. You don't put culture last. You put it first. And all the people who don't have anything to bring to the culture are all the people who want to be represented by the culture itself. These are the people with the possessive pronouns. Our people, our community, our this, our that. Okay, what have you done to make sure that things are better? Or stop these problems that are happening now from actually reoccurring in the next generation? Oh man, well man, I can't no, I can't ruin another man's hustle. Like what the fuck is this dude talking about? Whatever community this person's talking about should be burned to the fucking ground. What are you trying to protect? What group of people allow you to be a part of them? What? That's the problem here. That is the problem here. You better be glad that they're actually complaining about women that they can't have. Could you imagine how much worse things would actually be if these people actually got with the women who would settle for some stupid shit like this? We could have even more problems than we have right now. Bro, you don't know how good you got it. Things just being this messed up. You don't know how good you got it when things just being this messed up thus far, right? Things can be a lot worse. I had no idea the amount of dumb motherfuckers that were in the world until I went into the military. Holy shit. I had no idea that there weren't people who couldn't do push ups, sit ups. I didn't have any idea that there weren't people who couldn't march in formation or follow simplistic directions. I had no idea about any of that shit. Again, another 50-year-old fuck nigga. Always around this Ron Wills, BGS Itmore shit. He's just BGS Itmore with a passport. Another piece of shit. But then again, a lot of these young ass individuals, they want to be friends with everybody. I'm not with being friends with everybody, man. I I see what these people are on, and I want them to fuck out of here. Period. End of the day, these dudes cause a hell of a lot more problems than they are solving. The only thing they want to do is get a whole bunch of damaged, broken, and misguided people into a circle and just make them feel comfortable about the stupid ass circumstances that they put themselves in. Yes, weak men are a problem. It's just that they're a problem, and they went from somehow impregnating all the women to trying to run all the media about problems in society, which is a lot worse than impregnating most of the fucking women, by the way. Man, bro, man, you, man, I'm telling you, man, bro, like he's telling this person simple fucking directions, and the person couldn't do it. Like, couldn't do it. It's almost like the information bounced off the side of his head and went somewhere else, and they just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. But this is what you have here. Weak men want to be able to get the title of masculinity without doing the work. That's what they want. And they think that popularity is the key. Popularity is the key. Okay, you waste all your time on this non-productive stuff. Like these people have been running this for 9 years in the manosphere. 9 years. 9 years. No progress. You can get an associate in 2 years. You can get a bachelor in 4 years. You can get a master in 6 years. You could definitely get a PhD in 8 or 9 years at this point. These people could have easily done any of that. Think about if you got here 2013 and it's 2024, 9 years. You could have got a certification. You could have worked your way up through several different rungs of any type of career field. Or you just complained about women for 9 years in a row. What? What? And the only thing you got is holding back the collective progress of the actual men that you claim that you're trying to help as a 60-year-old guy. What? What? Let me show you something that me and Renaissance Man witnessed in person. You wouldn't believe this. However, before you go throw a grenade, you go through a class all day about what to do with a grenade. And it's not just army proof, it's fucking marine proof. Like they have a little cartoon that shows you what to do. They actually take you through it and throw a grenade, and this is what you actually do. And this type of shit still happens. Now, 5.5 pounds don't look like it's that heavy until you have that grenade in your hand and it have like some heft to it. Yes, people have done way worse than that shit too. Yes, I'm telling you. There's a lot of people who can't follow simple directions. It ain't just these stupid ass people in the manosphere. They're everywhere. Dude, listen, man, listen. You got these dudes who have so much game, but they end up on child support. Make that make sense. They have so much game, but they don't use game on the judge. They don't use game on the child support system. They don't use game on that shit, but they got so much game too. It's the same shit. Yes, this stuff happens everywhere, man. Dude, progress is easy. It's as easy as following simplistic ass directions. Like, okay, so you dodge the historical piece. So that way we don't understand, or they don't understand, how these things got where they got, right? Yeah, yeah. Yes, he did. He did that shit with a ground burst simulator. He did that shit with a ground burst simulator. Ruptured everybody's ears in the fucking space that we was in. And you got to do a lot of shit to set off a ground burst simulator, but he did it anyway. Bro, they don't use game to get a raise. They don't use game to game their way into being the CEO of a company. They don't use game to motherfucking date a Walmart heiress or a fucking Kardashian. They only use game to get in trouble. That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, man, bro. I have never felt so much pain in my fucking life, man. Never felt so much pain in my life, man. But at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, what type of dudes who want to listen to this shit all day? And you have to point it out. Because, see, people that can't stand the cognitive dissonance, like once you point out how stupid it is they are listening to the shit that they're listening to, like they can't stand that shit. And they always have to tell you to shut the fuck up. But at the end of the day, most of these environments let this BS go on for so long that most of the olders and elders in the actual environment, they don't say anything about anything. So what happens when you have a person who's so used to not following simple and basic directions, always feeling like he has to buck dance for a piece of ass, even when a woman's not interested, clearly not interested. Always see working things that have a point and want to run it in high number to sabotage and destroy it. Trust me, they are very interested in things not moving forward. That's why they're always trying to make a mess of politics and make a mess of everything else. They have to make a bizarre world version of everything that they actually do. Why? They see something that properly works. They need a non-working function of the same thing that they just witnessed. Like I said, the only thing you got to do is ask these people basic and simple questions about what is the overall use of what they're doing. The only thing you have to do is ask them about what they're actually doing. They're either going to obfuscate the actual question, pretend like you didn't say anything, or overall just gloss over everything that you just said. These are the people who come out with the Black Manosphere list when they don't put any effort into doing Black Manosphere content. And they only do the list to put their name on the list and include everybody else who do content about the actual space. This shit's crazy. Every time, like today when Soul Provider was playing that video and the lady was talking about the Black Manosphere and she thought the Black Manosphere was about Kevin Samuels. I'm like, oh my god, you literally could have seen any of the fucking list that was out there and looked at all the fucking content on the list, but they only stopped the content at what they could fucking benefit off of. That's why I don't give a fuck about no woman that's fucking single. I don't give a fuck about no woman that needed Kevin Samuels' help on how to dust themselves off to get a productive dude. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Because at the end of the day, you was looking for weak ass men at the end of the fucking day. A lot of these women know full fucking well that they couldn't get the dudes that they actually weren't obviously interested in until they had something that they wanted. So they was waiting for another way for somebody else to clean these dudes up. So that way they can get the one. Again, you're gonna have to pay for this shit in this society, one way or another. That's why Bravo Alpha Novembers are crazily concerned about dude getting access to sex in other countries. Cause if they understood how not so important sex is, their lives look pretty stupid. Their lives look pretty stupid, spending all their time on a useless send off mission that everybody has access to now. Yeah, pretty dumb. But at the end of the day, they want to keep this stuff going more than anyone else. Now, you can have the best reason. Like we had the best reasons for wanting the government to change. But once you have access to actually participate in the process and you're not doing the basic functions of showing up once every 2 years, what's going on to go? Showing up once every 2 years and participating in the process, investing in it with money, and showing up in high number. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, he was trying to do that, deliberately trying to do that. Yes, he was. He was trying to cannibalize every productive man here. You want to know why? He don't benefit off of productive men. No, 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 no. He wanted to cannibalize these dudes. Take them down a notch. Why don't we give you some of these damaged goods to go snack on for a while? Knowing full well those people who didn't deserve additional options in men, if they got a hold of another one, they would have destroyed that person too. But then again, it kept him at the top. Remember, he had 1099 relationships. You didn't have no 1099 relationship. You didn't have no choice but just to deal with the actual inventory that he was trying to dust off every night. That's why you can't trust people who believe Kevin Samuels was the Black Manosphere. You can't trust people like that because it just shows they're just too stupid and they don't do research. Like most of the people who came here through Kevin Samuels, a lot of them are still stupid as fuck and they still follow the wrong people. It wasn't even Kevin Samuels. They was going to find a reason to follow the wrong people. They just found a shortcut through him. And yes, it is a problem. And yes, it's part of the actual digital track record if that's what happened. I'm sorry if you don't want to hear that shit, but that's what happened. If you think that you wanted to hide behind the fact that that is what was happening here, then something is wrong with you as a person. Progress is very easy. Get your stuff together because most of this stuff is a financial argument at this point. When most of these people are complaining, they're complaining about shit that don't even exist. They're complaining about shit that ain't even a problem. You have a lot of these dumbasses complaining about the price of hash browns at McDonald's and trying to blame Joe Biden for this shit. Again, progress is easy. Most of it is a financial argument at this point. Did you get your stuff together? Did you move out of those circumstances? Did you skill up? Did you move to better economic circumstances so where you can actually mount an actual fight? I'd be a damn fool if I tried to stay in Mississippi and try to get the same outcomes that I had in Colorado. I'd be a damn fool if I did that. Yes, I would have had all the great excuses on the planet for staying there. A fully formed conservative society, lots of things in place to stop you from actually getting ahead, or you can just leave and get your shit together. Yeah, they call that shit a chess move. You know damn well, bro, like, listen, man, Nicki Minaj has been running these women in this environment for at least 15, 20 years. There ain't no way you about to walk up to Nicki Minaj and call her anywhere below a fucking seven. You would have got fried. But at the end of the day, they called it a chess move. He went down and he fucking submitted right away. Why? He no longer wanted to deal with the people that he was misleading. Because remember, he worked for the women. He didn't work for you. He worked for the women. He entertained you, but he worked for the women overall. And let's talk about this Bravo Alpha November called the gaslighting of using the word the black family as an actual way of giving black women artificial self esteem at the expense of most men who can't even formulate a relationship in the environment. That's a really weaponized term when somebody used the term black family or they got to have a black woman. Got to ask yourself how come people don't have that in the first place. And you got to skip over the fact that they don't want those type of dudes either. So trying to make that an actual artificial measure of your actual masculinity, that's just kind of that's just kind of weird. And I keep telling these women, all this attention that you get from all these dudes, it don't lead to a good place. But hey, I'm just one person. At the end of the day, I don't want to listen to no fucking entertainer tell me about relationship shit. I don't want to hear that shit. If your name is Killer fucking Mike, I don't give a fuck about you, your politics, your Grammys, none of that shit. You're a Georgia problem. And you haven't told us what the fuck you got out of that stunt that you pulled the last election cycle. Haven't told us what he got out of that. But come on, man, you knew KS was gonna do that. He was the one who went up in her actual shit. Went up in her actual comments, jumped up there and submitted right away. That wasn't so telling for us. If you knew Kevin for 5 and 6 years, like most people who was here, especially came here in 2013 and 2015, you see what the fuck this dude was on, man. Man, no, indeed, man, bro. Listen, you're gonna have to come explain that, man. I keep telling you, man, listening to these entertainers is not gonna help you. Man, listening to these entertainers is not gonna help you. Entertainers have to keep up the collective ignorance to cannibalize that for an actual cheap laugh. They're not here for progress either. Man, it gotta be some bullshit renaissance, man. Come on, man. Come up and explain that shit, man. I ain't never heard of that. Renaissance man, what's going on, man? So what is
Yeah,
this grand plan of his?
no. Let me send you the link. He was on. Karen Hunter was reviewing it. Let me give me a second. I'm gonna find the link.
Oh god. How long is it?
Yeah, it's not long. Like her review is like 2 minutes of it.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Drop the link and I'll just play it.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. I'm subscribed to Karen Hunter. Hold on a second. Karen Hunter. That's also a good channel to be subscribed to as well. Hold on a second.
Yeah, it's the third video on her YouTube. If you go on her channel on
Yeah, yeah,
YouTube and click
yeah,
videos, it's the third
yeah,
video.
yeah. Killer Mike faces backlash for child support plan. Where is it? At what part? What minute marker this is?
It's at the very beginning.
Oh, okay. I mean, but the problem is that they were able to get away with this bullshit for years. Is because people have been so politically apathetic toward the process. It leaves room for these bullshit artists to come in and like to do all this stuff, and I really don't like that. So let's see.
Pregnant as a teenager, young man and woman get pregnant, this is the 2-year plan. First 2 years are debt free. You don't have to pay the government anything back. So she doesn't get to drag him into court and say, and the court doesn't say, you owe us money for investing in your child in food programs, through early Head Start programs. Because in those 2 years, the boy has the option, or not an option, he has the demand of the co-man to then go to a trade school. You have to go to a trade school.
Hold up. Did this motherfucker say a 2-year-old's about to go to a fucking trade school?
No,
Hold on a second.
no.
For the first 2 years.
He's talking about after he gets a girl pregnant and has not married her.
No, I know that's why we need to write this down because a lot of that shit just ain't gonna happen. For the first 2 years, the man owes nothing. The man owes nothing because he's assumed the child's been taken care of by child food programs and all that kind of shit. Okay,
Basically,
so
the government. Yeah.
yeah, but but the government ain't the fucking father. You got him pregnant, you stupid motherfucker. But let's go back.
He has a demand of the co-man to then go to a trade school. You have to go to a trade school, which incentivizes the United States to do it because we need more tradespeople.
So so the man is going to get free education to go to a trade school. Okay.
So for 2 years, she can't go to court and demand that the person that impregnates her, that is not with her, has to pay to help financially support the child that she is carrying, doesn't have to financially support her because he's going to be in trade school for 2 years. So in that time, she's going to be pregnant and going to have medical bills. She's going to have to feed herself as well as her child, who will then be a toddler. But for 2 years, he goes to trade school. Okay, but let's continue.
Yes, okay, go ahead. After that boy graduates, you get a further incentive if you and the girl marry.
So it's incentivizing him to marry her. He not gonna marry her before he gets her pregnant. He gonna marry her after he gets her pregnant and 2 years after he goes to school. In those 2 years, does it stop him from impregnating more people? Because in the country that we live in, you can't marry more than one person at the same time.
You can do this from the executive order because the money that funnels down from the feds through the states to help mothers, then it can be attached. Well, we're not only helping mothers, we're helping fathers too. If a boy gets a woman pregnant.
So you mentioned trickle down economics, and that has helped us how? But also, I want to talk about the fact that you are suggesting that if a boy gets a woman pregnant, so either you are adultifying a girl or you are over sexualizing a boy. This whole argument has more holes in it than an ant pile. How is this man supposed to be the leader of the black community in some sort? I don't understand.
What? Like, bro, this sound like Point number 19 for Tia Son Johnson. What the fuck? Like, okay, so you get a woman pregnant for the first 2 years of the gestation period. Her being pregnant. Okay, you're not going to pay child support because you're going to be in trade school. Okay, you're going to be in trade school, so that way you don't have to pay for any of the bills for the child at all because you're in trade school. And then after the 2 years, there's an additional government incentive to have her marry a guy who was not contributing to the household for the previous 2 years.
He doesn't have to. Remember,
What?
he doesn't have
Yeah,
to.
yeah, 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 yeah. He doesn't have to. He's mandated. Okay, so let's say if he go get other people pregnant, then what? So he can just stay in trade school perpetually? Like, bro, like this, bro. This sounds like some fucking 19-point agenda shit. It's like, bro, listen. Was your family created from this process? That's a yes or no question.
Oh no, he wasn't.
Oh my
No,
god, this is so
but
like
dude, this is someone standing up saying this like it makes sense. Like you can't just do what normal people do and
ahead.
plan ahead. Get your skill, dude. You can't just go to trade school when you turn 18 and graduate from high school, or you can probably do it even quicker because they're putting it back in schools now. And then get married and then have a
I mean, think about this.
I think it's complex in the chat said
Bad
we're
dumb
gonna
nigga.
get guys in trade
Bad
school,
dumb nigga.
Bad
trade
dumb
school
nigga.
through pregnancy.
Bad dumb nigga. Sit down. Bad dumb nigga. Bad dumb nigga. This is somebody put a mic under this dude. Somebody put a mic under this dude's nose, and this is the shit you get.
You know how
I
people
mean,
who
what more can you really say?
who don't know how to
What
deal
more
with
can you say?
dogs, so they put diapers around their dogs. Like this is what I look at when I'm like thinking of this stupid ass shit. It's like, bro, like have you thought this shit out from a woman's perspective? Like, would you want your daughter to go through this? Would you want your cousin to go through this? Would you want your mother to go through this?
I mean,
Bro, this is a bad plan.
Yeah. And here's
sit
the
down.
thing: he's
Sit down.
supposed to be one of the more conscious rappers. That's the thing. This is supposed to be someone who's politically savvy.
Like, the fuck?
Unbelievable, unreal, man, unreal. Bad dumb nigga. Sit down. Get in the corner. Bad dumb nigga. Bad dumb nigga. Sit down.
Back in the cage. Back in the cage. Let you off for 5 minutes is what you do.
Dude,
what's going on here, man?
it's just all over the place, man. It's
crazy.
You go from I'm a Bernie Sanders supporter to I'm supporting Brian Kemp to I'm saying dudes get for 2-3 years
What the fuck is
to
this?
go to trade school, and then don't have to marry the woman. Can go get more women pregnant.
Guess what I'm saying? It's like,
It's incredible.
okay. Get a woman pregnant, get free education.
Get another woman pregnant, then what? I don't know. Is it MOT? Is it like you go, okay, you get one pregnant, you learn to be an electrician. You get another pregnant, then you learn to be like a carpenter. By child 5, you can build a whole house. I get it.
What is going on here, man? Like, what's going on, Citizen Lou, man?
Citizen Lou, what it do?
Yo, what's going on? What's going on, y'all? Yeah, man. Hey, Killer Mike, man. I'm telling you, bro. Like the whole, I said it in the chat. It's just it's reverse baby mama tactics. It's like he want to be, you know what I'm saying? He wants to like be able to not be held accountable. Like in that video said. I mean, he can get multiple women pregnant before getting married. Like you can get as many people pregnant as you want.
And now the government has to incentivize you to get married after they just paid for your child for 2 years. What the fuck is this?
I mean,
are you serious?
I guess MOT. I guess he's trying to create productive pookies out here.
That's what it is.
Oh my God, man.
Get Pookie and Ray a skill set.
I mean,
but when you think about it, a lot of dudes that resonate with him do have reverse baby mama ideology. Like they actually want to be. What do you say?
No. Go ahead. You making a good point. Go ahead.
Yeah, like they want to be the baby mama. They want to be the single mama. Like they want to to put up their stats. When we got our kids, we better than the women. Instead of just actually, getting together. But that's it's reverse baby mama politics. That's crazy. I didn't even.
Lord.
I mean, he looked like a baby. Let me stop. I ain't
Yeah,
like
yeah,
let me
yeah,
let me
yeah,
chill.
yeah,
Let me chill.
yeah. Get out of there. Get
Let me
out of
chill.
there,
Let me
man.
chill. But yeah, I'm just
Batman with the grappling hook and the smoke bomb, man.
yeah, I'm
Get
out.
out
I'm
of
out.
there.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out. But yeah, I'm just saying, man. Like this dude, man. And then like I told y'all that video he did. We told a little boy, his parents can't afford him to dream big. He need to be a carpenter, and not because the boy wanted to be a president, and he
Yeah.
Wait,
was like, "You
what?
can't be president."
Wait, he said that?
Oh,
Yeah.
you want me
Yeah,
to
he said that.
Wow.
you want me to email it to you?
Yeah, yeah,
MOT?
yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm gonna do it
Yeah,
right
email
now.
it to me. I forgot what it was, but yeah, we but 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 these people are warming up to try to be part of the political process again during this primary because they want to try to make it look like the system isn't gonna be able to work unless you have Killer Mike saying this shit. And I'm like, man, what the fuck is this? We going through this shit again? We going through this fucking Ice Cube level bullshit again? Ain't nobody came talk to me about my black plan. Like, bro, you're not a part of the process, and you never talk to the people locally. Why on earth would they just let you come off the top rope with some bunch of documents that are like, come on, man, like, bro, dude, this system has been here for 200 and some years.
I just don't see
Why is
why
it that
you.
we can't? Oh, god
I
damn.
just
Good,
don't
man.
see why you tell a kid who says I want to be, because like if you genuinely say that, like there's going to be some education, or you have to go into the military. Like you don't just like the average kid does not just say, "Hey, I want to be president." Like that's not something you just hear come out of people's mouth like that.
Yeah, I emailed it to you, MOT. It's like 45 seconds. I think it's
Oh,
very
okay.
pertinent.
Well, I'm about to pull it up now. Citizen
Yeah,
look
I think it's
video.
pertinent to see
Yeah,
who
what's
who
going on,
killed
man?
Mike.
What the fuck? I had a problem with the
Hello,
download
hello.
video. What's going on?
Hello.
Okay, so let's
Nothing
ask
at
you.
all.
You're a woman. Okay, let's ask
Okay.
you. Does
So,
that sound like a good plan to you?
no, 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 absolutely not. But Big Killer Mike he's like some kind of cultural opportunist.
He is. He is.
Um, he totally is. And this Greenwood Bank is a joke. Well, I remember when it first came out, and it's been a disaster. There's an article that just came out in the Washington Post, January 24th, and they basically are tearing his behind apart. They said basically he has capitalized off of the George Floyd
Yes, he did.
hoopla.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did. He did.
and Chase and all these other different banks, they promised they were gonna save black people and put all this money. He said, "Yeah, give it to me. I got a bank. I'm gonna have the biggest, baddest black bank you ever saw." And to this day, they haven't been able to offer any credit cards, and any black businesses have not been funded. Nothing that they promised. They only have 150,000 customers out of more than, I think they was expecting like a million, and it didn't happen. And lastly, I mean, I kind of knew it was a joke anyway when they said like there are no fees, like there's no monthly fees, and if you have, there's no overdraft fees. There's no consequences at all to you fucking up your bank.
Man, bro, what the fuck is this? All right, all right, man. So let's see what. So let's check out Killer Mike and Killer Miking. Let's see what he has to say here. Let's see how much sense he's actually gonna make.
So let me ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be?
Hey, what's your name? Your name is Killer Mike. Have you ever killed somebody, Killer Mike? Oh, so how did you get to be a Killer Mike? Asking us questions while we're in school. Like, why the fuck would you allow this person to talk to kids? Like, I wonder, did they introduce him as his real name, or did they introduce him as Killer Mike?
Hey, hey,
What the
hey, MOT, I'm gonna say this very quickly. They know what they're doing when they put the mic underneath a dude like this's nose. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Right? Go ahead.
I mean, of all the people in fucking Georgia, Killer Mike?
Yeah, and you got to think you got a 3.0 professional
Uh,
class in Atlanta. You got a legit.
yes!
outside of
America,
DC, you've got the probably the second, or maybe New York. DC and New York, you
bro.
probably got the third most
They,
professional black
they
class in
got
America.
they got
Top
tech
five
they
at
got tech they
least.
got tech founders in Atlanta. Black tech founders.
No. You gotta move it in a shaking class down there, man. I deal with the brothers, with my fraternity brothers over there at University of Atlanta on campus down there. We were doing a lot of voter registration and all that stuff during Warnock's election and the whole game. Look, you've got some sharp people down there. I'm talking about from young folks to the older ones, and they grab this bad dumb nigga, and put him
Sit in
out
the corner.
and,
Get him
and
out of
sit in the corner, sit in the corner. Close the cage, bad,
here.
bad, bad dumb nigga. They put that out. They put that motherfucker out there, and this is what you get. This is what you get. This is what you get. That's all I gotta say, man. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I gotta leave it alone, man. This shit's crazy, bro. It's
That's what
crazy.
I was trying to. And before we play this video, I think the girl on the right has the facial expression just about right. Like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? The girl on the right is speaking for everybody, man.
Wait. I want to see. Wait, I want to see this. If he's gonna do what I think he's about to do, wow.
He is. Yeah, man. Let's go ahead, man.
Pediatrician. A pediatrician. Yes. I'm going to be a scientist, and I'm trying to find a cure for cancer. And I'm going to make a rocket. Gotcha. That can go into the sun. What do you want to do, Nero?
So far, he doesn't have a problem, right?
Yeah, he let the white boy get it off.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
let
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Into the sun, though. Into the sun.
You want to be a president? Yes, Mason. I forgot to tell you, I'm going to be a scientist, remember? Yes. And I'm going to make this potion that will make my whole family superheroes. You owe your parents not to dream big. You know, you owe it to your parents to dream practical and start making money as soon as you can. Like, you're not going to be able to be president. Do you guys know what a carpenter is? Yeah.
Stop! Stop the show! Stop the show!
No,
Stop the
Oh
show!
fuck!
no,
Stop the show! Stop
What
the
no,
the
show!
fuck?
Stop the show! Stop the show! Stop
What?
the show!
Oh,
no.
Stop
bad
the
dumb nigga.
show! Stop the
Bad dumb nigga.
show! Hold on a
What?
second.
Oh my
Go ahead,
God.
Nicole.
Now check this out. We've already had a black president who's basically raised by a single mom.
Yes.
That mother has already come and gone 2 terms. Now you got this bad dumb nigga sitting here telling a a a melanated child, don't aspire to that level of success potentially. Don't don't aspire to this. When
He
black
said
people in
practical. He
when
said
black
practical.
when black people in this country with our educations have been naturally aspirational. That's our history. This is what this guy's up in here saying. Get up here and get yourself a trade and do whatever. Now nobody's against trades, but you're gonna sit here and tell a kid that?
A kid.
I mean, he should be street pizza, bro.
On camera,
This
too.
guy should be dropped from a 10-story fucking building, bro.
And
Nah,
here's the
On
other thing too.
camera.
nah, man. But he'll be that pan crust, man. Yeah. He'll be
No,
that
but
pan crust street
here's the
pizza.
other thing too. Nagone, you're telling a kid who's what? These kids are probably first, second grade. Like
Yeah.
you could easily do well in high school, get good grades, get a scholarship, get this paid for, and you're telling this kid already, nah, you need to dream practical and be a carpenter. It's
And look at the kid's face after we told him that. I mean, that's why I'm saying they put these people out front for a reason. I believe this guy should be dropped from a 10-story building, man. It's literally how I feel. But this is what people do. So you got to watch this very closely. You really got to watch this. This is worse than it even looks.
But let me say this, too. The little white boy said he was going to build a rocket. That could be an Elon Musk. I'm just saying.
Oh no. Oh no, no, no.
No. He also
Worse
said
than that. He wanted to
he
create
wanted
a potion to make his whole family superheroes.
yeah, you're right. Yeah. He let
Shit.
him cook.
Shit. Let's roll this back. Let's roll this back.
Potion that will make my whole family superheroes. You owe your parents not to dream big. You know, you owe it to your parents to dream practical and start making money as soon as you can. Like, you're not going to be able to be president. Do you guys know what a carpenter is? Yeah. Yes.
what? It's like, bro, you should have told your boy, like, hey man, they tried that shit in the boys. That shit didn't turn out too well, man.
But
Like,
why, like, why would you even like?
That
why
Why
would you
would you?
say it to
compounding.
a child? Like, why do you have to say that to a child?
I don't
This
even
is
get
his
his. I
fucking
don't get
dream.
his logic though. Why did he say you owe it to your parents to start making money as soon as possible?
He was talking to the black kid.
Like,
Just a black kid.
but
He
why? Why
he
would
he,
you say that?
he felt
Like,
the white boy was
Wow.
like, yeah, he'll probably succeed.
but
That's coondom in real time.
I just don't see why you said like you can't at this age. Your child is probably what 6, 7 years old. You can't put some money away and as you know these guys always like to talk about financial literacy as
Yes.
well. You can't tell your kids to tell these parents to put some money, put $20 a week into what is it, not a 1099, one of the savings plans for kids college. I mean, I don't. Oh, you need to make as much money as soon as possible. I don't get this. Like, would you tell your kids this? Like, no. Like, how about your parents at least plan for your future somewhat?
That's crazy. And I'm gonna
I
say
could
this
tell you why Killer
as a
Mike said that, but go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
oh, I'm sorry. As a former teacher, that was something that bothered me as a high school former teacher. Here in Metro Atlanta, that's what they do. When they want to treat the kids to like, oh, you got good grades. The next thing you know, they bringing in Young Thug or some rapper, and that's supposed to be like, a big deal. Pep rallies, it's always some rapper. This is an ongoing problem with black school. Well, I'd say public school and black school. This idea that a rapper is the highest height you can reach. They really teach that. Sad.
You should. This man should not be in front of anybody's children. I'm even questioning his own if he has any. At the end of the day, you had a black president, 2 terms, basically with a single mom, raised by his grandparents. And this is what this man did, went to school, did everything else like that, and became president and was elected 2 terms. Now, of course, a lot of white folks and stuff like that have gone crazy after this. But at the end of the day, this is reality. And it'll be more so of a reality as these kids even grow up, as the numbers and the demographics change and so forth, as it changing more in your favor. So you've got this Negro sitting here telling this kid that. I mean, this is
Te-
obscene. And
you
and
I
know
and
mean,
what?
and, and, and this
Oh, go
this
ahead. I'm
is
sorry.
this is an outrage. This is outrageous, and people should be literally screaming on this guy from the rooftops about get this get this nigga out of here, man. Don't put this man in front of anybody else. Rapper, what the fuck is that? You belong in a fucking candy store, man. Get the fuck out of here. So I mean, unbelievable that we are looking at this, and somebody's telling a child like that today after what we've done and been through. This is unbelievable. You have to
You, you,
watch why they put the mic under certain people's noses.
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what,
Go ahead, Sister
Nagon?
Blue.
Yeah, you know what? Y'all cooking on this because you know what's ironic, right? So, like, black people have basically represented every government constitutional position in America: Supreme Court, President, Congressman, Senator. We've touched all of them, right? But what's funny to me though, the one thing that we kind of are very lacking in that a lot of people don't really talk about is the governor position. We do not represent gubernatorially throughout America. We only have There's only been like what 3 black governors in like the history of America across all 50 states.
Yeah, because you can't you rarely find a state with a large enough black population. DeBall Patrick was the last one, I believe. Wasn't he governor of Massachusetts?
Yeah,
Right. And I say that to say this. The irony of it all is this man made sure Georgia was not going to have a black woman as a governor.
yes.
Like he made it his mission to make sure they didn't vote for Stacey Abrams. So that's just the irony of him. Like this is an agent. Like he's clearly an agent. And also he was running when DJ Envy was doing them scams. By what's that? Buy the block, all that nonsense,
Yeah.
flipping houses and all that. He was out there taking photos and videos during all the scamming. What this dude is an agent of chaos and destruction. Oh, you're right. What Malcolm X told us about this. This is a clear example. Killer Mike talking to children about their
Un-
What?
dreams.
What the fuck? Like,
Unbelievable.
like. Okay, so let me tell you why this person. was doing this. Killer Mike does not want educated fucking people going towards shit that does not end up being like Killer Mike's competition is that little boy. That little boy could have easily been told, as with everybody there, you got to dream practical. Also, it's going to take a lot of education. So you got to start right now. Well, being smart right now. Barack Obama was a smart kid, and he did a lot in education. And education would actually put him in that position. Like Killer Mike doesn't benefit off of educated fucking people. What he benefits off of is you going into a job right away, trying to take care of circumstances that is not your responsibility, missing out on a whole bunch of time when you could have been going to college and putting yourself in a better financial position so that way you don't have to feel so bad about yourself. So you have to listen to this goofy ass Killer Mike shit to feel good about yourself. The point is, if he can kill the child early, if he could destroy the dreams early, if he could put enough trauma into this dude early, if he could like, look, you got to make money, you got to make it now. Doesn't matter how you make it, you got to produce now. Nobody says that the doctors, lawyers, accountants, all that shit takes a ton of fucking education to be in. Nah, man, I can't co-sign that, bro. It's just some wild shit, man.
I'm incensed. If my grandson was sitting up in there and this dude was there, I swear I'd be driving over there looking for this dude.
Out of there, out of there.
I'd be looking for this dude for him. Out of there. For real.
I'm not a school choice person, but this shit right here make me a school choice person. Like, what the fuck was the process of putting this type of dude in front of these kids, and for what reason?
I mean, you could put you depend on who brought him in there and put a mic underneath his nose. That's the issue.
But
This guy can end up anywhere.
but this
Who
is
would
what you
who would do that? Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say this is what you get, like whether it's the Ice Cube effect, the Killer Mike effect, like this is what you get with the Kanye West effect. This is what you get when you have people outside of their lane, and people don't
Way
respect
outside of it.
expertise. Like don't respect expertise. Like there are plenty of people you could get in and talk to these kids. There are plenty of people that you could give like sound political advice from, like on what needs to be done, and we have Killer Mike out front. Like I said, 1 minute he's a Bernie supporter, next minute he's supporting Brian Kemp. He's telling kids they need to go be, tradesmen. It's all over the place. It just doesn't add up.
And when you do not have a high amount of political literacy in your environment, these are the people that pop up and become those type of leaders. And they're probably paid $50 to $100,000 to go run interference because everybody run interference against the Democrats. No one ever talks about running interference for the conservative movement or the Republican Party. No one ever talks about that. Ever talks about it.
That's what I'm saying. Like I told you, that's that cowardice. They ain't gonna step to. He would never. If this was like a school, an all white school, he would never be
Oh,
near these
bro,
kids.
bro.
No,
No,
Tell
I
a
would
white
never.
child he can't be president. Like, man,
No.
that's
no.
enough, Killer Mike. Yeah,
You know
you
what?
got to go, buddy.
MOT that would actually end his career. That would
Yeah,
end his
that's
career.
it.
The PTA will have the principal fired, and it'll make national news,
Yes,
and he'll be in trouble. Okay.
yes.
No. That would end his career, man. That would end his career. He would be persona non grata. He'd be finished. Done. They would just
Finito.
wipe the slate with him. He'd be done. He'd be done.
You
And
think
not to
he'd be
throw
up
any
in front
shade
of
or
like
anything.
like no backlash anywhere? No real backlash. Like this dude should be on the jumbotron, man. Like
That's
this
what I'm
is
gonna
why I
say.
can't
And
stand
not
these
to throw
entertainers.
shade,
I can't stand them.
not to throw shade, but there's people, like BGS that have they seen any smoke? They love to talk about black boys and saving black boys. They don't have a problem with killing Mike, stuff
They
like
haven't
this.
said a
Uh oh.
word.
Uh oh. Uh
Excellent.
oh.
Uh
They haven't said a
oh. Uh
word.
oh.
Uh
Silence. Silence.
oh. Yeah, the Black Boy Brigade. Where they at?
Yeah, yeah,
Triple
Right,
B's.
right.
Where they at?
Hmm.
yeah, man. Like Team Dan haven't said anything yet, man. So you have to stay tuned, man. No, I got
They
that
might they
from
say it now that we brought it up, but not like no.
yeah. Team Dan, man. I got that from Treason to NBD, man. You know what it stands for.
Yeah, Lou, how did you find this clip?
It was on Twitter.
Man.
Oh
Oh
wow.
my God.
Yeah, they were drilling Killer Mike on Twitter. I mean, he was getting fried. Cause he had, cause and then they pulled the clip of that Malcolm X clip when the teacher told
Yeah.
him he couldn't
Yeah.
be what he wanted to be. He had to be a carpenter, and they like played them side by side, like, and it was like the same thing. It's like, white, these conservatives and these right wing fascist talking points. They really just agents, and they just white supremacists in black skin,
Oh yeah,
blackface.
that's what they are. They just need to drag him hard, man. Just keep dragging this dude, man, because you shouldn't be able to stand for this. But this is crazy. This is crazy, man. I mean, I'm sitting here. I can't lie. I'm pissed, man. If I seen this dude, it wouldn't be good. I'd be like, "Yo, kill him, Mike, man. Listen, man.
You gotta pull your side, man.
I got to pull you aside, man. And, then don't do that again, bro. Because if you do, somebody gonna be looking for you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it would be like that, man. I mean
Oh
that's what
man.
guys
Killer
that's
Mike
what
is
guys like this need.
48 years old, man. So okay. So you're 48 years old. I don't remember Killer Mike being like a big rapper in like motherfucking the 90s, 2000s. I don't remember that, man. And it looked like it took a while for him to pop or blow. But in that period of time, you could have got like a realistic job with the education and stuff, man. Like this is what I mean, bro. Like they don't want educated children out there being better than them. They want you to go out here and hustle and flow and do all this stupid shit and talk about all this dumb shit until you actually just make it one day. Like,
because they
nah, man, this is stupid.
because they feel like they can't tell him anything. It's just like when when it's so when it's, it was somebody here in the sphere. When somebody gave him some pushback, he threatened to he threatened to rape threatened to rape the
Yeah, yeah,
kid.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Grape them.
You,
Yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And I mean, in all honesty, this is the mindset you have of these people. This is the reprobate, I mean, devolved mindset you have of these people, and they call themselves trying to teach and guide folks. This is very scary. You really have to look at what their real agendas really are, and when you look at it, at the end of the day, it's not about advancing anyone. Killer Mike is no different than the rest of these other fools running around here. They're just doing damage. These are people in your community doing a lot of damage, and quite frankly, they have to be stopped.
So essentially, he's a hustler. That's pretty much
Yeah,
it. Because I don't,
no doubt.
yeah, I don't recognize him as a rapper or a cultural icon. He hasn't. I don't know if he's written any books or anything, but I personally don't. If you ask me, like, what has he mastered? What has he produced? I actually can't. I can't name it. I don't know.
Yeah, he won a Grammy recently, and he got arrested at the Grammys too. It's kind of crazy. Kind of.
All
I
right,
think he
cause
might have been the first person to get arrested at the Grammys too. Kind of an
all right,
embarrassment, but
okay, cause I'm looking at these albums. 2003, 2006, 2012, 2023. That's a long fucking gap, bruh, in the rap industry to
yeah, a
come through
long
with a Grammy album. Like,
three
bro,
Grammys,
like,
three Grammys.
I mean, like Eminem was dropping diamond fucking albums and he ain't get no Grammys for none of that shit. But all right, man. All right, man.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah,
That didn't.
Yes, he
What's
did.
his name?
Yes, he did.
What is his name?
That's
What's the guy?
Kelly
The
got it.
the the, the comedian just talked about that. He was saying that about the. He was saying that about the little short guy.
Oh, Cat Williams.
Kevin. Yeah, Cat Williams. He was talking about industry plants. They come from out of nowhere and they just get hooked up, and everybody's throwing money at them for no particular reason and no have no particular talent, and they like create somebody out of nothing.
Kind
And
of
I think
Tiffany
Killer Mike's
Haddish.
kind of like that. Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, his is kind
yeah,
of crazy.
MOT. I went and looked that link up. Guess who he was talking to? RFK in the barbershop. That's what the context of that clip was.
Come on, man. fucking
Yeah,
this,
this was a clown, man. And you're right. And you're right. You know who else? Yeah, Nelly had a diamond album too, and he lost. Eminem did get a Grammy for one of them albums because I remember he beat Nelly, and Nelly also had a diamond album. He didn't get a Grammy. But
Yeah.
your point still stands. Like how you take a 12-year gap. You know, all you was doing was just cooning this whole time,
And you
making
just
sure
come back
Stacey
with a
Abrams didn't
Grammy
get
album.
elected.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That looked real suspect.
Yeah, man. But this is what should have happened though when he was told that child that he couldn't be president, man, and this should have happened. Like, hey,
This
man, just
video
come with
from
us,
Chris
man.
Gardner of The Hollywood Reporter
Yeah,
shows the
yeah, man,
rapper
come with
being
us, man. Like he
escorted
can't be
out of
what?
Crypto.com arena by LAPD officers. Police say Killer Mike, whose name is Michael Render, was handcuffed and arrested after a physical altercation. He was booked at LAPD's Central Division for misdemeanor battery and released.
Yeah, man. Like as soon as he said, well, he can't be what? You know what, man? Don't worry about it, man. Just come with us, man. Just come with us.
Wait, I'm curious too. And so, if a guy doesn't get a woman pregnant, does he still get free for trade school? or,
That's
or
what I'm saying. It's like you only get trade school when you get somebody pregnant. What kind of shit is
Reward.
this? Like,
That's a
oh my
reward.
god. It's like, oh, bro, like, why don't you just reform the system so that way people get trade school so that way they ain't got to worry about concentrating on getting a woman pregnant so that way they can get education? What the
But they
fuck?
already
It's
kind of
like,
got that though, don't they? Like with community colleges.
that,
yeah, they
that,
do. If you go to your workforce center, like your top 10 or 15 jobs that need to be actually filled within the state, they do actually have training for that already. But the thing is that when you have parents who fucking listen to Killer Mike as a fucking artist, you know, kids ain't gonna be on that type of shit. You know, they're gonna be trying to get their kids out there on the stroll and make them go make money right away on some stupid shit, rather than telling them an actual something to do so that way they can not be a Killer Mike when they grow up at 48 years old. Nah, man, it's just stupid shit.
Sounds like his mission is to sabotage education from the beginning to the end. That's what it sounds like.
yeah, nah. It sounds like he's gotten linked up with the whole because the right has been pushing that whole micro of, oh, don't go to college. Go get a trade. You can make six figures on the trades. And I'm like, do you all support unions?
It sounds like
No.
some
I'm like,
manosphere
okay,
shit, man. It
okay.
They
sounds like
don't
some
even.
manosphere
That's a good point. They don't even support unions,
at all,
and they
at
despise
all.
labor, and they despise labor. So I don't even understand why they even. And the main people be saying don't even. They don't. They not in trades. Rapper
Oh
Mike,
yeah. Oh no, Mike.
Killer Mike, not no. He ain't no carpenter. He
No.
can't build a house. He can't
Mike wrote with
rewire
it, and I
some
Good
wires.
point. Good point.
think
I
Mike
mean,
wrote with the college too.
he's not even a killer. Uh, uh, it's not
What do
even
you
a
Damn
do,
killer.
sir?
name.
What do you do?
What do you say you do here?
I mean, he said he started out at college too. He dropped out, I think, but he even went to college initially.
Yeah, of course. You know, once they got into them high level math classes, man, got to get the fuck out of there and start fucking
You cooked.
rhyming.
You were getting cooked.
Oh
That
my
college algebra was
god.
tearing his ass up.
I'm telling you, man. Shit, he wanted to kill motherfuckers because them goddamn decimal points and fucking fraction was fucking
he,
him up.
he started
Nah,
seeing
nah, nah.
red.
What he said when he had to do logarithms when the
Yeah.
logs when he started when he had to do some logs and shit. Yeah, hell yeah, man. He was done. No. Guys like this are fools. You can but they're there for a reason. They push these people for a reason. And it's poisonous. It's
But you know
poisonous.
what's funny though? You need algebra to be an electrician.
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
So like
Yep.
this anti-intellectualism, it's really kind of disrespectful to the trades in a lot of ways
It
too.
is. Yes, it is. It
It
is.
is. It is.
Because it's
It
a
very much.
4-year process to become a master electrician.
Yeah, and you have to take some math classes with that. If you don't understand flow of electricity, DC currents and all that, I equals V over R and all that kind of stuff. Resistance overflow and all.
Newton's law and all that stuff.
All that stuff is important. That's basic physics. You got to know because if you're going to mess around with electricity and electric circuitry, if you don't understand what the fundamentals are behind that, you going not only you gonna kill, you can kill somebody else, but you can kill yourself. You can get killed. So I mean, this is very serious stuff. But this is the problem you have with some of these people who definitely don't understand what's going on. It's just, well, I think they
That's it.
understand what's
That's the
going on. The
Ohm's
name of the
law.
game
That's
is
it.
to
That's
it's
it.
to talk down to us and keep our aspirations low and keep another
Yep.
group higher on top of you. That's what this is really about. And you can't be president. We just had a black president, 2 terms, 2 terms, two
Yeah,
terms.
yeah, but he didn't get nothing out of it though. Yeah, like
Mm-mm.
it's not recognized because he didn't come to be like the president of Atlanta, and he didn't come down there and like do stuff specifically for him. So they forget about all the things that happened, and then they push this type of bullshit. Like, man, I don't know what to say about this, man. It's too much to deal with. Too much.
Yeah, this is that political, just sabotage, just political
No, I
sabotage. That's
mean, but
all
the
it is,
season is about
saboteur.
to begin. You about to have Ice Cube come out on some bullshit. Like, dude, you about to have these people start cranking it up. They waiting for their time like double dutch, man. Like they trying to get in and just start
Oh,
buck dancing all over the place.
now that you say that, Snoop Dogg already, what you call it? Snoop Dogg had already, he basically recanted everything he ever said about Trump and said he cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Kanye, the Cardi B, this whole
Uh.
game, this rapper game they're doing is horrible. Like that's that, like you get the rapper, you get the black people. It's really sick. It's really sick.
Yeah. What's going on with Law Vanguard? What's going on, man? And it's like I think like the biggest coon right now is a fucking rapper who don't own his own shit. I think that's the biggest. The biggest. I mean, I can't think of a Killer Mike song that he made that's his that's popping anywhere. But this motherfucker got Grammys going. Like, come on, bro. Ice Cube had how many albums? No Grammys. How many? All right, man. Okay, okay. You come out. I mean, he won like some Carlos Santana shit with that hit that he made. He was an old ass dude. No, he just. What are the albums up for this year? What are the albums were up for this year?
I'm not
I
sure.
don't know.
They said it was a week. They said it was a weak class. I think a weak group.
Oh, that's what it was. Oh man. Oh man. But that's where we at. It's like this whole popularity thing. Is these dudes last hope? Wait, hold on a second. Somebody wants to wait. Hold on a second. Yeah, thanks for coming on, May. Thanks for coming on, Citizen Lou. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, yeah. Now I didn't want to go down too far down the rabbit hole with you, but when you went down there and started
Re-
talking about the that, I was like, yeah, I got to share that clip because I was like,
Yeah,
how long
man, that
before
was wild.
how long
Damn, that was
before that
wild.
is in the 19 point the blackmail agenda?
19-point agenda. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right.
It's gonna be point number 19. An agenda that is not gonna be given to anybody, even in a liberal state. Anything to feel like you're part of a process without participating, man. And I'm telling you, man, this is like a printing factory, dude. Like there's so many people who have this mental
Oh,
framework.
hey, I want to say this real quick because you asked a question about the class. No, actually, so that class that was Drake, Travis Scott, and Killer Mike, and there was one more. I can't remember who the other person was.
What? One
Yeah,
of a Drake
yeah,
and Travis Scott?
yeah. A
What?
lot of people said Travis Scott should have won, and what happened was there's like a pot. You guys know that streamer, that young kid, Kai Cenat, with the dreadlocks. He
I heard the name. I heard the name.
with the locks. Yeah, so he was like, because he was watching the Grammys live. He did a live stream. He was like, "Yo, who the fuck is Killer Mike?" And then Killer Mike went on like a whole crybaby tour. He went on Breakfast Club, said Castanet was hating on him and all this other bullshit. Like, And I said, well, won't you listen to my album then, brother? No, come on, let's have let's invite me on the stream. We'll listen to the album. Bro, you a plant, bro. Like that's just like to be honest, like Kai Cenat, he kind of is a good ear for the youth on like what what's going on. And he literally said like who the fuck is Killer Mike? How did he win? How did he beat Travis?
You know
So I
what,
mean,
May? You know what, Shonda? I was looking at that song, and I'm like, scientists and fucking engineers? And this dude told a dude that he can't be a president? I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? I'm like, hold on a second. Man,
and the thing about it is, it's like a lot of people aren't really understanding on what like the value of what education or going to college actually kind of brings. It's like, it's gonna be the first time you're probably gonna be on your own. You got to be independent. You got to go to your own classes, so that has some growing up and do with that. You're gonna be around different perspectives, different people, different backgrounds. So you're gonna learn how to, what they call it, class solidarity or cultural. Be able to link
yeah,
culturally with other people, be able to build alliances, friendships across all lines, all races, all classes. So I mean, it's just you get to see different how people do things different, how they think different. So it's like
yeah.
how can you know what I mean? So it's just they think it's all just you know just studying all day, but it has like a lot more to do with that in most cases.
Yeah, yeah. No, you that's why they'll say people don't realize it, but that's why like even employers they'll want a student who's like a solid B student over just like a straight A student a lot of times. Because they're like, if you're a B student with some extra with like extracurriculars versus just like a straight A student, like you're gonna be better for like leadership. To know you can get along with people, all that. You build your network there too. It's
Yeah,
all sorts of stuff.
they want you well rounded. They want you well rounded. I remember when I was first going away to college, and I got into a pretty good school, and one of the things that helped me to really get in was not only had pretty good grades, but I was vice president of the NAACP youth division, and I was involved in athletics and a lot of other stuff. And they schools really like that then. They like even more now because they know what that means. But they really want people who are well rounded and have the ability to build network. I would say build networks, get along with people, and you're just not just a brain, but you are also smart, but yet you are also a well balanced person. So having high grades is definitely great, but being well rounded and having outside interests and showing some leadership ability as well is huge. It's huge. Universities have been on that for a long time, and they're even pressing that even more now these days.
Wow. I just yeah, this shit is just first and fucking like you get free education only when you impregnate a woman. Shit, it's just the
But you know what?
Like, wait,
implementation of
wait,
the rollout
wait.
of
And
that
the
is
funny thing is, like, when you think about that MOT, these will probably be the same people who rail against like because if you're coming from that angle, you're pretty much coming from, oh, welfare has destroyed the black community, this and that. But like
Wait,
but
hold on a
but
second.
wait.
I think he's one of them dudes, man, for real.
But here's the thing, like you got the same like the same perverse incentives. If you're gonna say, oh well, welfare incentivizes women to not marry the men, I'm like, dude, wait, you're going to give a person who has impregnated a woman that they have not married free child support. I mean, I'm sorry, free trade school, but you have not said anything about the person who just goes about his business taking care of like how normal people like go and build a family. It's like these people don't even, they just don't think. You just put a microphone in front of these people and they just start talking.
Yeah, he just got a reverse baby mama ideology.
I think this guy did that on purpose. I think he thinks. I think he knows exactly what he's doing. I think this
But
guy. I think this guy is one of these inferior Negroes running around. He doesn't think you should be part of society and culture. He thinks you should be secondary to them, sit underneath them, let them control. Stop pushing for power. Stop pushing to gain greater control. Just play your role, take a small role, make some money, just take care of your family a little bit, and then at your role, leave it to those other people to run and take care of things. Don't you step up to the plate. That's exactly what this guy is telling you. He's there for a reason, believe me.
Yeah, I mean, and the crazy thing about it is like, like I was saying, reverse baby mama. You remember that movie Precious? Remember when Monique told her, she was like, "You ain't never gonna be shit. You always gonna be a, like that's exactly what he was basically saying.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's real negative, man. I mean, that's real negative. That gives people real complexes. That really, you're trying to program. You're almost trying to program someone for failures to a certain degree. You have to get those kind of people away from you. In fact, those people should be. I don't want to say anything else, but they should not be. They should not be around you. You really should be very careful of who you have talking to your kids, man. Very careful, man. Very careful. Just can't have any old person come up there talking to you, especially some rapper or some sucker like that. That shit is crazy.
Oh, okay. So let's see what the dumb nigga said here, man. So let's see what we got here.
Feelings on the election coming up. I mean, Biden and Trump. Are you just depressed about that as most people as a choice?
My feeling is pick your policy, not your person. Find out. This is not the Dallas Cowboys versus your favorite team. This is the policies that will affect our generations for the next 20, 30, 40 years to come. So close your eyes, listen to the policies that are being pushed.
But you can't get yourself to say vote for Biden over Trump?
You want me to list it now? So now
I'm just saying.
Can he get himself to apologize for the crime bill? Can he get...
Fuck these crime bill niggas.
Man, shut the fuck up, man.
This is what I'm saying. It's
That's what we're talking about. There it is. And so you already know who he's supporting. There it is.
Wait. I'm like I just don't get what guys bring up a crime bill, yet they want to I'm a conservative, I'm gonna go run with these Republicans. I'm like, what do you think those people are about, sir?
It's a deflection. It's a deflection. You know what that is?
And he dare speak policy? Are you serious? What Trump policy you love? You love putting homeless people in jail?
Excellent point.
That's the policy you love?
Wait. Or he's saying apologize for the crime bill. This is the same Donald Trump that said he wanted to give drug dealers the death penalty.
That's exactly right.
Like, there wouldn't have been a 3 strike. There would have been a 1 fucking strike.
Just like like with the Central Park 5. Remember the Central Park 5? The Central Park 5 in my city, Central Park 5 said those black kids did that. He was wrong. Those kids were not even responsible. One of them is a council. One of them has gotten his PhD and is a council member now in the city. All right. And never apologized and said those people who had done this crime, supposedly in Central Park, should have been put in front of the firing squad. They should have had the death penalty laid on them. That's what was said. He's never apologized since. So he's been consistent.
Newt Gingrich was fighting for 1 shot. That's what they were fighting for. They got 3, but the Republicans wanted 1. All right. So let's keep going with this because it's always this, like, people don't understand the crime bill, and then when you invite them on to actually talk about it, it's always some wishy-washy gobbledygook bullshit.
Yeah. Because the other thing is they've done research, like mass incarceration was happening before the crime bill, but let's ignore that too.
I mean, mass incarceration was happening under Nixon. They just expanded the process, and people are like, "Oh, Nixon, that's a long time ago." It's like, okay, so now I have to bring you up to speed with shit that you claim that you know about, but you're disagreeing with it. Now I got to educate you on it, and then once you're educated on it, you just walk away from it like we didn't have a conversation, like a purely whole fucking hood server. Like, man, fuck that. Let's see what else I'm nigga got to say.
Can he get himself to get his head out of his... Say, black people, you are black regardless. I need you to tell me what I need to do.
They still crying about that. They still crying about that.
What the fuck? Like, why are you telling people that they're black and tell me what to do? What the fuck?
He's talking about that. No, he's talking about that when Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. Like they still crying.
You're not. You are a dumb motherfucker if you didn't vote for him. I'm sorry. And she shouldn't have came out of a white man's mouth, obviously. But he's right. You are a stupid motherfucker if you don't have the historical context of the fucking country and taking your ass. Like, listen,
No,
okay, why you
no.
think there ain't no fucking timeshares in Mississippi and fucking Alabama? Why you think that shit ain't
Mm.
happening? Like, all these people who have all this shit, they're always in all these liberal ass motherfucking places in red or blue states talking about
Wait,
they don't like blue shit. Fuck
but
out of here.
but why did he just go like? Okay, the first thing he mentioned was crime bill. Okay, that's policy. Why is he now talking about Biden and him saying like you said? Don't worry about the person, worry about the policy. Like Biden said, Biden made a comment. He didn't make a policy about like that's why they're already shifting the goalpost on this.
Exactly. It's just dumb niggas swimming. He's just swimming a new. He just picking out all the buzzwords and the trigger words. Like that's all they. Anytime you talk to them, they'll say the same thing. Oh, ain't nobody gonna tell me I ain't black if I don't vote for Democrats or something like some goofy shit like that. Or they'll say, "What about the crime bill?" It's like three. It's only crime bill that you ain't black if you don't vote for me, and then the Biden is way too old. Like that's all they got.
And you know, it's what about it? It's like, what about Chicago? What about Chicago? What about Chicago for the whole country? What about Chicago? Same kind of crap. That's all that is. Deflections, deflections. You already know where this guy is coming from. This guy is this guy is not your friend. This is not your friend
Not
here.
at all. Not at all.
This is not your friend. He's your enemy. This guy is your enemy, man.
Damn.
This
Man.
with a big old black face on him, man. I'm just telling you, this is you people have to you got to be historical. You have to look at things, just read stuff. Sean just dropped the whole an article right
Yeah.
here in the chat talking about this guy. Um,
I'm about to pull it up.
was talking about
Yeah.
stay home,
Not
don't
voting.
even vote. I mean, this is the kind of people you're talking to.
I mean, let's play the rest of this, and then I'm gonna show you this opportunist who actually posted this bullshit. But let's keep going.
Can he pick a coalition of former people who are affected by drug laws, street gangs, recidivism, and crime and say, I need you as a board to advise?
No, 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 no. You don't fucking put niggas in charge of nothing. Are you fucking crazy? No, hell no. No, what the fuck is wrong with
wait,
him?
wait, what?
Oh,
Like,
God, no.
wait, like, why?
Why do you need niggas out front? Why?
You can't get the people who studied like criminal justice and all of that.
Oh,
You
I mean,
or he didn't
from
even
the
say like
Innocence Project, from fucking like Southern Poverty Law Center. You
you
don't need actual niggas up there. What the fuck? Oh,
He want to
ah.
he want to he
or
no he
to
want
your
to
or
create a
to the
bullshit. He want to create a bullshit ass think tank or you know what I
No,
mean.
man, like a
That way
nigga
where he
tank,
get
man.
paid.
Like, bro,
Yeah, where
we
he
don't
get
need that
paid.
shit right now, man.
A nigga.
Yeah,
no,
Oh
no,
my
no.
god.
And here's the thing: he's not even putting any sort of caveats with it. It's not like he's talking about, hey, like the was talking about the brother that was convicted, got his PhD, was exonerated, is now in city council. He's not talking about those people. He just wants you to get like a bunch of people who may have like been convicted, may not even have their shit together to come be and advise. I'm like, dude, this is
he
the
want he
president.
want the drunk outside of the gas
Yeah,
station.
that's what it is, man.
You know,
Jesus fucking Christ, bro. Man, okay.
Me how to fix federal prisons. If he can do that, absolutely I can. So my challenge is out there.
Know who
Did
posted
did
this?
did you challenge Trump to do the same thing?
black conservative 24.
Yes, this is the black conservative perspective. Another black fucking coon who don't debate anybody, don't fix anything, don't talk about policy, just plays the fucking culture war.
That's it. That's all
Yep.
they got is the culture war bullshit.
And that's all they got.
Culture war and with some they SBE in there.
Yep.
You know
But here's the other thing though, MOT.
the
A he
whole
did
conservative angle is actual total
he,
SBE. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah,
no,
yeah.
I was gonna
It
say
is.
he didn't even lay that challenge out to Trump, number one, and then number two, I'm like, dude, the most He's talking about federal prisons. Anybody who knows anything about prisons knows that 90% of prisoners are on the state level.
Yes.
Like this is
Federal prisons have improved a lot, and those are the only prisons that do improve, that has to report to people and all that shit. These state prisons get away with a lot of bullshit. Inhumane conditions.
dude. The state of Alabama has had like 2 or 3 people killed in the last few months in their prisons. Yeah.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. These motherfuckers, bro, Renaissance, they're so like it's so pathetic watching them grovel at the feet of conservatives. Like the things, like they have no policy, they have no plan, they can't govern. I mean, like look at what's the senator name? Tumberville, just a total idiot, just all around a
Sound
dumbass.
like a whole manosphere fucking conservative, man. Ask him a simple question about shit. He just BGS his way through the whole fucking thing, man.
Yeah, exactly. Just gish galloping and bouncing around, just twerking on the mic. Don't know what the hell they talking about. They're just idiots, bro. Like, I mean, this is. look at Alabama for instance. Like y'all talking about Alabama. Like, I mean, this is probably one of the most oppressive state governments in America outside of Texas. I mean, they just totally subjugate their people. Remember, they tried to raise the minimum wage in Birmingham a few
Yes,
years
they did.
back, and then the state legislature just came through and just totally just destroyed it. And they made a law that said
Yes.
no city in Alabama can raise
Oh yeah, they do that
their
all the
minimum
time.
wage.
Same thing with
Oh yeah.
statues. Like those Confederate statues, people were pulling those down during George Floyd. Even if you had some of these places that were like towns that had large black populations, like a Birmingham, they literally took the ability. It had to go through the state legislature. Like instead of the town just being able to decide, okay, we're taking this down, they put a law in place that literally said, no, they're all about home rule and local rule until it takes power away from them. It's like, oh, now the state legislature needs to come in and approve this stuff.
All right, man. So let's play this individual. Ask a simple question about it, and let's see what he says.
Do you have a reaction to the Alabama Supreme Court ruling on the fact that embryos are children?
Yeah, I was all for it. We need to have more kids. We need to have an opportunity to do that. And I thought this was the right thing to do. But
IVF is used to have more children, and right now IVF services are paused at some of the clinics in Alabama. Aren't you concerned that this could impact people who are trying to have kids?
Well, that's for another conversation. People need to have that. We need more kids. We need the people to have the opportunity to have kids.
What do you say to the women right now in Alabama who know?
Dude, IVF is for fucking having kids. It's like,
Just
no,
dumbass.
like, bro. She should have said. She should have said, "What the fuck did you just say? Like, do you know what IVF is for? What does IVF stand for?" Just ask him that. But let's see what else is going to be said here, because he really just hood served him his way through this conversation.
No longer have access to IVF, or who will not, as a result of this ruling. What do you say to them?
Well, that's a hard one. It really is. It's really hard. Because, again, you want people to have that opportunity. And that's what I was telling her. We need more kids.
Joining me now.
Just an idiot. Because you know what's funny?
Fuck?
He said let's another conversation. No, dumbass. It's the conversation we're having. What do you mean another conversation? This is literally the conversation we're having.
God, it's like, bro, it's like IVF is for children, and it's like somebody could have prepared you. Like, look, you're about to walk out there, and these reporters are about to ask you questions. Make sure you say this while you go out there. Otherwise, you're gonna sound and look crazy.
Hey,
And he
MOT,
was like, "I'm just for more kids. I'm just for more kids.
hey,
I
MOT,
just want people to have an
Nagone,
opportunity."
MOT, Nagone Renaissance. Y'all want to hear a fun fact?
What's that?
Let's hear it.
Mike Pence's child was through IVF.
Whoa, Mr. Super Conservative?
Yep, his child was conceived through IVF.
Wow. I did not know that.
I mean, with the hypocrisy of the famous hypocrisy of the Republicans and of the right, That does not surprise me. I mean, these guys are tremendous hypocrites. So yeah, that doesn't surprise me. But interesting fact though, very interesting fact. But I'm not surprised.
Oh, and Trump just said he supports IVF strongly.
I mean, like, listen, in an election year, you don't want to
Yeah.
put the birth control shit as front and center as an issue. You don't want to do that because this is not about Alabama. It makes the whole party look bad, right?
Dude, even the governor came out and said, like, the governor and I think the attorney general said, yeah, we're not going to prosecute people who get IVF treatments. Like, and the governor was like, yeah, I support IVF as well. Like, this was just some rogue Supreme Court doing something. Like, we're not that stupid.
No, but people can't transfer their eggs out of the state either because it would be considered child trafficking. It literally would under the law. And so now people can't even transfer their eggs out of the state, and now they have a whole nother legal situation for that type of stuff. Like, you have to learn about the long range implications of the things that you're actually doing, man. Like, get some expert advice before you go off and just want people to just go through stuff just to be going through it. It just don't make any sense.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like the party of hypocrisy, the party of dumbass, the party of goofiness, the party of laziness, the party of regressiveness.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's just a total joke. Anybody that stands with this is just a total dumbass. There's no way. There's really no other thing. There's no way to even put it.
Was there a need? Like, what need was there to do this?
bro, they're
Like,
they're
there was no
grasping at
need to do
straws.
this.
They don't know what they're doing. They're just making salacious, crazy headlines just to rattle up the base and do all this other just get a little dummy some cheese.
I mean,
Nothing
but they've
actual
been on this
concrete.
one trick pony stuff for so long that I don't know, man. It's like this stuff is working kind of counter to them right now because everybody done modernized and they still trying to run this, this Edwin James type, north south, play, and it's like it worked, but now people are a lot smarter and eyes are open and you elect these incredibly stupid people to office and they just don't have any idea what's going on. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, this is like kind of. I mean, what if they start? I mean, what if they? I mean, what if they put like a restriction on how much sperm you could donate? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just silly. That's like really the only word for it. Like, all this is just silly. Like, what are they doing? Just fucking over their own base as usual, just like they did with the Medicaid, stealing all the money from Taft, and now they stopping them from having kids. This is crazy, and they vote for this.
No,
And
that's not the case, mate. That's not the case. Like what they said pretty much was that you can't use the service in the state. I don't think these people understand what the service is actually for. I don't think they read what the definition is. It's literally to have kids. Remember, you believe in this white genocide bullshit. So IVF is to help you have kids. What's the problem? Like, why would you take away an ability to have kids and then you have this skin suit come out there and just fucking just yeah, man, yeah, people should have the opportunity to have kids. Yeah, it's kind of hard for women. Like, yeah, but you made it harder, even harder for them.
what somebody said more to this here. When you actually look at them from this perspective, when you look at them from the perspective that they're losers and they can't have sex with women, and all their policy is geared to make sure women have sex with them, it starts to kind of make sense.
Or be
Like,
stuck with them.
yeah, or right, or try to leave it, yeah, or be stuck with them. It's all about that. That's literally like that's like their paradigm is rooted in that. They just want sexual fascism. They want women to be subjugated. They don't want them to be able to choose when they have children, or if they don't want children, they don't want them to leave a terrible marriage. That's literally what it's rooted in. Loser
Man,
paradigm.
Man, I tried watching that shit, and I'm like, man, I can't watch this fucking shit. Damn, man, chill. Like, man, I can't watch this shit. I get it. These dudes are fucked up in the head. Yeah, yeah, I can't. Yeah, I tried watching it twice. I cannot watch this shit.
Not, in all honesty, these dudes, they want a great boy caliphate, man. That's what these guys are looking for, man. I hate to say it.
Wait,
Yeah,
what'd you say, Nicole?
Yeah, a white boy caliphate. You know what I mean? that's that's kind of what these guys are trying to run. I think, you know.
I mean,
That's what it
but it's
looked like
just
to me.
so out of like nobody was begging for this. Nobody was begging for this, and they just did it for no reason. Now it's an election issue, man. So we are done with this. So you got any last words, Renaissance man? Thanks for bringing up that stuff about Killer Mike, man, because that child support thing was crazy.
Yeah. That like I said, now that I've gone and looked and seen that he was talking to RFK, that just shows like, I mean, this was almost Kanye in the White House. It was not quite that bad, but it's just like you can't
Wait,
have.
hold on a second. Let me pull up this story right here because this is the reason why these dudes could be easily compromised. Like this shit right here should have disqualified this dude from talking about politics ever again. How do you clarify comments on stay the fuck home? What comments are there to clarify? Like if you don't
What?
participate in the process, what the fuck? What's going
It,
on, spiritual
automatic, just automatic elimination, man. You're just off. You off the field at that moment. You're out. You're out after that. You're just out.
You say he's just gonna vote locally. Don't you understand? The whole fucking ballot is about you fucking voting locally. You fucking stupid fuck.
Okay. Voting for your senator is not voting locally, I guess.
Of course not.
That's go. Yeah, voting for the president, who's literally going to put heads of departments, especially in a state like Georgia, who's literally
Yes.
going to appoint the head of the
Federal judges, prosecutors.
and the head of the Department of Agriculture. Yeah,
Yes.
in the state of Georgia, you
Yeah.
don't care about that. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and this shows to show dummies because like the ballot has it all. It's one ballot. It's
Yeah.
gonna have the
That's
president
right.
on there.
That's
It's
right.
gonna have the governor if they're running, like you said, state legislator, all that stuff. So
That's,
it's like if you stay home, you're not gonna see. You can't vote. All right, man.
Uh,
Whatever.
no, but that's why the
okay.
president. That's why
Okay.
they
Let me
say
put
all
two check
politicians.
marks here. Then I'm just gonna scan it in. So you
Right.
just
So
waited in
you went.
line this entire time for two
Yep.
check marks.
That's what I'm
Man,
about to say.
fuck
So you
out of
went all the
here,
way
bro.
out there to vote, and you only gonna vote for that. You ain't gonna
Bunch
say
of
nothing about the
idiots.
president.
Bunch of idiots, man. Bunch of idiots, dude. It's crazy. It's
Dude,
crazy.
dude, it's kind of like that grenade, man. You spend all day talking about how to throw the motherfucker. You get a plastic replica, the
Hey,
same height,
wait,
heft, everything. You get
wait.
the fuck out there, and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They just went through a whole class on how to throw this fucking grenade. Grenade gets in the hand, they drop the motherfucker, or they throw it some other kind of way, and they almost get people killed. Crazy.
Yeah, well, D.
So,
Hey,
He
thanks
said,
for having me on,
wait,
man. I'll
wait.
catch y'all later.
uh, all right, cool.
All right, Lou.
Uh,
Yeah,
okay,
no.
Dragon. So, how do you clarify stay the fuck home voting comments? So, what's there to clarify about that?
What's there to clarify about that? Listen, man. I keep saying street pizza. I keep saying street pizza, bro. I keep
Yeah,
saying
man,
that. I
that
mean,
fucking pan
that's how I
crust,
really
man.
feel.
He's a
You
big dude, man. So we're gonna need that pan crust for him, man.
know.
Wait. Listen to this though. He said, granted, the order was conditional. What the rapper explained was if the leaders, elected officials, and others offered nothing beneficial for the community in regards to jobs, weed decriminalization, and other concerns, then to make a demand. So, how do you go from jobs to like weed decriminalization? Like, if you talk to most people, like jobs is up there, but like I guarantee weed decriminalization is not number two. Just saying.
No, not for
These
nobody.
guys,
No, for nobody.
these guys are all over the place, man. It's
What
horrible.
it is, what it is it's like, how do we trigger people with past criminal backgrounds, and let's try to fill the party with those personnel so nothing will work. So everything is about sabotaging the process with people who shouldn't even be a part of it. Like, we don't need that shit. Come on, man.
Vote and ask for something. I'm not sure how that works. I know how to vote. I don't know where you go and ask for something. Like,
But what it is they want the whole process centered around them, and it's like everything that's on the agenda has went through bunches of votes and every other thing, and it's like they don't want to follow direction unless it's all about them. It's like you have to organize for that shit for years.
I love
Like,
how it's I love how it's just not like, oh, okay, if the elected officials don't have anything on the ballot, like you run your own candidate who does. Like, that's what common sense says. Like, I don't get it.
and it's like they think they're just gonna come in here every election cycle and run they Marcel Dixon shit. Okay, we're gonna run this for reparations. And once we get reparations, we'll get rid of that guy. Then we put this guy in, and then we'll just everybody in the black community is great. Then we're gonna get rid of that guy, and it's like, dude, there's a whole nother side to this argument, along with people in the party who's not gonna vote for that shit.
But here's the thing, like you could tell these people on the sabotage thing, because here's the thing. Just like they always say the politicians, they don't hear them till every 4 years. You don't hear from these people till every 4 years. It's not like
Until before the election. They're on the same shit.
It's not like you tell these people, okay, you got to get organized, you got to do this. Like in between now, like it's not like, okay, we lost 2020 or we didn't get what we wanted. So, in 2021, I started organizing and putting an agenda together. No, I showed up again in 2024, 4 years later, talking about, well, you need to, I'm not going to endorse Biden unless he does X, Y, and Z. I'm like, here's the thing. A lot of these people just don't want to do the hard work of really educating people, getting people to be organized. And the ironic thing is Stacey Abrams did the hard work. She literally went to every county in Georgia and registered over 800 people to vote. Most of these guys don't want anything. They don't want a fourth of that type of effort. That's why their message is stay home, not organize.
Because if you participate in the process and if you get your personal economics in order, there ain't no way you be listening to incompetent motherfuckers like Killer Mike about shit. What they want to do is they want to keep sabotaging the process and making people who clearly don't need a voice make it look like they are the voice. Yeah, man, they're just saboteurs, man, and they're not here for progress. Like, okay, so what are you killer miking outside of sticking your head in politics? Like, are you trying to fix anything on a local level? Do you try to get people? Do you go out? Do you do free concerts to like register people to vote? Like, there's a way he can do this shit, but you just can't come in off the top rope. Well, you have to get behind me if you want my vote. Like, nah, man, there's a lot more things on the ballot other than the things that you want. And this whole vote blue, no matter who shit, like, no, go participate. Period. And blue is one of the sides. So if that's what you're saying, then you're just running right wing interference. I don't know what you get out of that. Out of that free labor, but that's just where we at with it, man. So you got anything else before we get up here and to go?
Hey, MOT, thanks for inviting me up, fam. Thanks.
All right, cool. To go. I'm sorry. Renaissance, man, you got anything else before we get up out here?
Not like I said, I didn't mean to put it in the direction of Killer Mike. When you brought up the
hey,
about child support, I had to go there.
Oh man, that's it. And it's like once you start looking at this stuff, and it's like the dude is 48 years old, man.
Yeah.
Is this the only thing that's on your mind at 40 fucking 8 years old, bro?
No, that is not even that. Is this your critical thinking and your reasoning skills at 48 years old?
Okay, so you're gonna take
this is why people always say they don't trust elders. It's stuff like this.
Oh no. Like Like the younger generation can read and they're already logged in the data. They don't need dumb motherfuckers like Killer Mike. Like 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 Killer Mike is some millennial X boomer type shit. Like nobody who from the younger, way younger generation would follow somebody like Killer Mike. That's why I said like this incompetent male class that we have created in this actual country who don't believe in facts, logic, information, have no recall of knowledge, no understanding of history, want to be easily led by their emotions into voting for some shit that only stagnates the entire populace because they cannot move forward themselves. So the whole society has to stop until they're put on top, which I think is ridiculous. And you got to catch these dudes out the gate because I guarantee you, this whole him getting the Grammy shit is supposed to give him some type of gravitas or some type of credibility among black people to try to affect people to do one thing or another. I guarantee you that's what this Grammy shit that he's gonna try to use it as. And I think that we should be dead set against that dude doing that type of shit. Dead set against it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna get up out of here. But yeah,
All right,
great
cool.
show.
All right, thanks. I want to thank you guys for coming through on the man tomorrow. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. You guys have a really nice day. Peace.